These are instructions on creating the outdoor living space, which is one of the which is part of the standard for room planning, um, living living area. So I've already started. But I'm gonna start over here. So I'm gonna get rid of. We'll just start a new file here. I'm gonna exit out and start over. All right, I'm gonna start. So I'm not sure. All right, so it didn't get rid of what I thought I was going to get rid of. But I'm going to go ahead and take these out. All right, so you start out with a wall like this. That was about yay long. All right, so what you need to do is just really just go to level one, floor level, and then use that same wall type, which is exterior brick on metal stud, even though it's wood. And then you're just going to go 24 this way, 15 feet this way. And you can type these in manually. And that. Now you can either use trim tool or you can just grab hold of the walls and use the grips. Then just pull them up and down to make this rectangular. All right, and then you're gonna bring in your doors. So this only has like two sets of sliding doors. So um, it might be a good idea just to load them. I gave you one online, and if you decide not to use that one, that's fine. So I am going to go to the door folder and see what I have in there. Get some baffles. We got let's see. So I don't have any sliding doors, which is odd because that is a very common door. Got curtain wall doors, double door glass. Oh, that was a sliding door. I didn't see that. All right, and I'm gonna pick a size for it. So I'm gonna go with a 72 by 84, and I'm gonna place one right here. I'll place another one about right here. So the design's gonna change just a wee bit. So I'm gonna bump this in just a little bit. Same thing with this one. So I'm gonna nudge them in just a little bit. So they're about the same distance from the wall. So that one's 7'7", this one's 7'4". So I give them about the same amount of equal distance. And then I'm gonna take a look at it in 3D. All right, so now when you take a look at it in 3D, we're gonna have some 20-foot walls. That's just what it does. So just click on the walls and then change them all to 9 feet for unconnected height. And you can hold down the control key and actually pick more than one at a time to do that rather than doing one by one. And that's pretty much that one. So we're going to go back to our level. And this time I'm going to put in a floor. And since the floor is, it's not, the building's not elevated, we can't really go with a wood floor. Well, we can, but it's going to be on top of concrete. So we're going to do floor. And then I'm going to hit the drop down and I'm going to choose. I'm going to choose the wood tin finish. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to edit the type and duplicate it. And it's not going to be a wood George tin, it's going to be a concrete 4. with a wood finish. And I can take the 2 out because it's only going to be the 1. And I'm going to change the structure here. So the oak flooring is going to be on top. The plywood sheathing. And then we're going to have a structure layer here. And I'm going to take that out. I'm not going to take it out. I'm going to change it. I'm going to do concrete cast in place gray. And I'm going to change it to 4 inches. And I hit OK. Hit OK again. And I'm going to use this. We'll use a rectangle. And I'll go between the center core of this wall to the center core of that one. And I hit the check mark. All right, so the floors are turned off, so you're not going to see them. But if you put it in 3D, you can see where we put the floors in. All right, so now it's really up to you how you want to furnish this house. It's not necessarily a me thing, but I'm going to show you how to do the structure of it. And then you can do the furniture itself. Now, the furniture is all furniture is a component. Low family. And you got tables, beds, seating, of course, tables, chairs, so forth. So let's say first I want to put in this sofa. I can just take that and pop the sofa in wherever it's supposed to go, or wherever you want it to go. All right, and then what I'm gonna show you is really doing this exterior, the roof structure of this. So I'm gonna go to my ceiling level, and everything relatively should kind of turn gray because you're on a level that there actually isn't really a wall there, but you can see the silhouette of the wall. All right, so I'm gonna do a roof, and I'm gonna leave it on the basic roof rafter 8. If it's not on that, then hit the drop down and then choose it. I'm gonna go with it 18-inch overhang. Oh, that would be 6. 1'6". I'm gonna choose my walls here. Now this is gonna be a shed roof, so it's not gonna have a slope on one side, and it's gonna be on this back side, and it's gonna slope upward. And the pitch is gonna be a relatively modest pitch. We're gonna do a 612, and that still may be a little steep for the size building that we have. All right, so we're gonna go to the other 3 lines and uncheck define slope. All right, then we hit the check mark. Then I want to attach the walls to the highlighted walls to the roof, and I'm gonna hit attach. Normally I say no, but this time I'm actually gonna hit attach. Now I'm gonna go back and look at it in 3D, and that's the effect that I'm trying to get right there. So I can kind of see a little bit on my floor. I can see on the inside. All right. So now we need to add a little light fixtures to the exterior of this. Give it that outside look. So we're going to do that back on our floor level. And this time I'm going to go to, this one is actually kind of funny. You can actually go to either component and load it, or you can go to the systems tab and then go to lighting. Go to light fixture and do the same. We'll do external. Let's see. Now I'm going to do a bollard light, And we're not going to do a wall packer. All right, so let's see if we can find something a little bit more decorative than that. So we're going to look inside the MEP folder, and it kind of looks like it's got the same thing. So in this case, I'm gonna have to give you one to download. I typically use like this gooseneck lamp on a lot of my stuff. So we just got to kind of find it, and I'll upload it. Oh, click the wrong thing. So I'm gonna take a look in my downloads and see that I have one. And maybe something I don't have in here just yet, or have in there at all. Oh, but we'll find one and then I'll upload it. But I have to find it in a lower version so we'll be able to use it. Oh, let me see. I also utilize a site called BIM Objects. So I'm looking for the bifold doors, but I couldn't really find that. So we can always look at that and then see what comes up. So it cues in a lot of different words for anything that we consider a gooseneck, anything. And there's a lot of stuff. So sometimes you end up doing an extensive search to find what you need. But you know what? We don't necessarily have to go with the gooseneck. We can actually go with something else different as well, if we can't really find that one. But we do need something that's external. All right, so I'm not gonna spend all day scrolling through looking. But you kind of get the point of how you can find what you need using BIM objects. And there's a lot of stuff. All right, so that didn't really work. So I have one somewhere in another library that I'll be passing on to you. All right, so but as far as that goes, then you set your furniture and everything up. So that's a small kitchenette over here. That's another thing that you can either copy and paste from a kitchen we previously done, or you can go to architecture, go to component, load family. So I'm not sure how well that little kitchenette will fit in there. So I think I'm gonna do casework and basic cabinets. Yeah, I don't really remember where I saw that. Oh, it might be on specialty equipment. Oh, I went back too far. Oh yeah, there it is. I know what's in the high end folder. None of that. All right, so this might be something to consider. Looks like it's already in here. At some point it was. So I'm just gonna put this against the wall. And for this empty space, use a base cabinet and some countertops. So hopefully they'll kind of match up. So component, it's already has some base cabinets loaded in it. So let's go with 230s. Oh, that's a sync unit. I don't want to use that. Yeah, I'll put another one right here, and I can always change the size of it. Just something else. Oh, that definitely won't work there. It's a little bit of overlap. So again, this is a matter of just kind of playing a little game of which one fits better. So you kind of get the point. So I'm not going to spend the whole time doing that part right there. But once you have the interior and exterior kind of done and set up, don't forget about wall cabinets. So you might want to consider putting some of those in here as well. I think the refrigerator is kind of built onto this already. Oh, that's some of the space right there that needs to be taken up. So it didn't need as much as I thought. Oh, we can always put a cabinet filler in there in between. All right, but in order to use your cameras and so forth, you can click on camera, give it a target. And if you get everything in that you want, then that gives you a little visual on the inside, and you can render it as well. But I suggest that if you render this, you're gonna probably put some lighting in because the the natural light that's coming in here is not going to be enough. So in order to do that, what you need to do is actually go to the ceiling level. On the floor plan level of the ceiling and create a ceiling. Because the only way you can put some lights in is to actually put a ceiling in. So you go to ceiling and you can do automatic ceiling, but I'm going to sketch it. Now this one, on the other hand, will actually go to the inside edges of the wall. Now, the same thing you did with the last one with the roof, as far as you took out the angles and so forth, this you'll actually click on this one to define slope. And right now it's set at a 112, which is relatively low. So we're going to do the same as we did for the other one. We're going to do that at 612. And then we're going to hit OK, hit the check mark. And what it's going to do is put a ceiling inside. It's going to be on top of the existing roof and the rafters. Right now you can't really tell, but I'm going to shade this a little bit. And so you see how dark it is in here. So if you render it, it will do basically the same thing. The only natural light coming in is from these two sets of glass doors here, and it's just kind of random, kind of real dark. All right, so now the tricky thing is actually having to do this and put these lights in. So here's a suggestion that may work actually out pretty good. We can use what's called a section box on the 3D view. Past it. Oh, there it is. All right, so what the section box does is allow you to kind of crop the view. And since I don't really need to see that much land anyway right now, like the land is fine, but I don't really need to see that much of it. This allows me to get pretty relatively close to the building. And what I'm gonna do is actually flip what to keep from having to turn the land off and then turn it back on. I'm gonna flip the building over. And I'm gonna use these arrows to cut into the building. It's a little tricky when you do it. See, I actually end up getting the wrong side of it. That's why I say it's kind of tricky. If you grab the wrong one, it does the wrong thing. Looks like my ceiling is offset a little bit. All right, that might be something I need to look at. Yeah, so ceiling was outside the building. That'd be very interesting. All right, so let's kind of pan around and see if we can find that little button, the one that we can use to drag and drop or adjust the depth of this. There it is. All right, it appears our building is floating. So that might be something we're going to fix on the elevation. All right, so we're at 22 minutes. All right, so let me hurry up with this. All right, so for lighting the system, and I'm going to go to, click off on this. This might be the one time we got to do the architectural component load family. All right, so I'm going to do lighting, architectural, internal, and I'm going to choose a recess lamp round LED. We hit OK. It's going to give me a few options. I'm going to choose that one. All right, so what I'm going to do is, since I got that ceiling grid, I'm going to put one. That area of the grid pattern. Yeah, so I'll do one. And then I can change this grid from being this industrial looking drop ceiling to that. So now I can go ahead and readjust this back. Yeah, the building is slow. Something to fix. All right, so I just go to the south elevation and fix that. That's probably because of a project that we had in here before. So I'm just going to kind of nudge this up to right there. I think that'll work. Notice you don't nudge it up to the inside. There you'll see the ground and the floor running together. All right, so now when I go to the inside of this on a 3D view, I'll go back to level 1. Then we'll shoot another camera across here. So if we should be able to see the lights in this ceiling now. Yep, that worked out pretty good. So I'm gonna go ahead and render it real quick. I'm gonna go to view, and then render. And I'm gonna render it with let's see, interior sun and artificial. And worry about the clouds. I'll change my DPI. Go with 300. I'm gonna change the draft to high. So hopefully the lights will react to the room. So I'm gonna render. So I'm gonna pause the video until after it's done.